Hello, this is Kali J.N.S. with Nakhti University. And I do have to say, this is will be more of a sad song video today. So I just wanted to preface. I pretty much was just recorded on the whim. Like I was literally just, I just woke up and just had thoughts on my head and just recorded on the whim. So you will hear like staccato noises and whatnot. It's not like my usual presentation, but I just was given that disclaimer because it is my consciousness just going. But there's some real good gems in here. I was able to kind of gather my thoughts in a more succinct as far as obligations of to community and the support they expect from the community and whatnot. So it starts off like that, and then it gets into the tours and the logistics of the music. So I just wanted to forewarn, because when you start to hear the actual recording, it just sounds like I'm just immediately just going off on a tangent about something that it doesn't. And then we talk about the tour. So I just wanted to give you guys that. It starts off with discussing the value of entertainers in the community. What are their obligations? What are their entitlements? And what does the support factor look like? And so it does start off with that, because I was really in a tangent about that, and then I started thinking about the tour aspects of what took place with the women, and then among other pretty important topics that are more communal. And so I wanted to let you guys know that. So I'm about to play it now. That's all they was doing, was betting and gambling on people's souls, and people that's tired of it and aware of what they doing. That's it. So them niggas, they gotta ask the real questions of why somebody just wanna, on the same breath, tell their community they're not obligated to build no schools, no hospitals, none of that. We're not obligated to build no banks for you. We just entertainers. But you want to be influencers, but then you want to get money out of your community. They're not obligated to support you then, if you could fix your mouth to say that. Is anybody that just want to be famous just for making songs about killing, stealing, and drugging and sex and all that, and that's the only thing they want to put in your community and saturate your community, you should already have enough sense to realize that's a psyop and that's an agenda. Nobody wants to be famous for being an actual inventor and a scientist anymore, like how we used to have. That means it's something rigged, it's something orchestrated. It's not natural. It's not organic. It's not even an organic process. So that's how you know that. And that's how you should judge it too. As a community, what are your standards going to be? Who you going to support, who you not going to support? And all that entertainment stuff, they ain't nothing but a psyop. All these artists come out with all these concerts at the same time. You don't know who funding it. Either to put y'all ass back under that spell. But like we said, when it comes to that situation with Don Robinson and Vogue, and then Chili with TLC, and then Salt and all that stuff, and that particular concert there, where they're going wrong is that it's coming off like a sympathy tour. They're doing something out of desperation for money. Now, Black women are the ministers of music. They are the ministers, the architects of music, whether they want to admit that or not. This is not holding them up to ridiculous standards. This is just facts. You can just listen to an En Vogue song and you can see it, or any LaShawn Price, Clark sisters, any of these women that had, even the gospel singers, Aretha Franklin, and you see how they produce music. It's coming from them having the gene of being an architect, a chief musician of music. And so when you do a tour of that caliber, it's nothing wrong with doing the tour, right? The tour, however, should be based on what comes first is the joy and creativity and the music, and the money will follow. It's not an issue that these ladies got to get their bag. The issue is that there's something within the crux of the tour itself that's causing it. Like you see Don talking about she backing out. Chili's going through this stuff with the MAGA stuff and this stuff she got caught up with. Saw they attack and saw the situation with them with Spinderella, how they treated Spinderella. This is the energy on the tour, and so it's all kind of falling apart. And it's coming off because it's like, oh, we just put something together. We haven't heard some of these ladies' catalog in 20, 30 years. I think the last TLC albums when Left Eye Passed with The Girls Are Talking. And The Girls Are Talking. That was a nice CD. And hands up in the air, all on you. It's like I don't even know you. Trying to shake that ass for you. You don't even dance up with you. I don't even know. Remember that? So, they haven't had shit in 30 years. But here's the thing. We want to have when you think of the creative aspects of a tour, and you want to merge these tours, which the idea came from my YouTube channel, as far as, merging the tours and creating these festivals and whatnot. The Nakhti, the music department at Nakhti University. Shameless plug. But we'll say this. These women, they're talented. We've all grew up watching them. And so the approach for the tour, I don't know who's behind this tour. Is it Live Nation? Is it people that's not even our community that understand music? Again, we want these ladies to, we know it's times out here, we want these, like Don Robinson was living out her car. We want these ladies to be able to sustain off of their craft and off of their musical gift. However, the approach of money first, musicality and creativity second, when you're an entertainer, the music is bringing the joy to the people, the hope to the people, the encouragement, the message of the music. It's not to distract them. It's not to, I just need to get my money. We need to throw this tour and get my money. That's when we hear people in Black America talking about it feels like a sympathy tour. That's why they saying it, because it comes off like, just something put together. But the moment in time, as far as this particular tour in 2026, I think there's missed opportunities within that particular tour. You have SWV. If they can't join the tour, how about a guest appearance? Right? Their music is classic. You want to think of classic. You want to think of intergenerational. You want to think of nostalgia. And you want to think of the message of what the tour is supposed to send. They have not successfully crafted that out. So what is the message that you want to send, to the audience? Now, when we talk about nostalgia, you have, obviously the 90s moment, the TLCs, the Salt and Pepper moment, the In Vogue. So I would say nostalgia wise, they kind of got that on board. We probably could have in the SWV, but I put them more in the classic era, even though the music may not be mainstream. In Black America, SWV's catalog is a classic. It is. Everybody knows Rain Down on Me. Everybody knows, Use Your Heart. Like, as far as even my generation. Then you have the classic guest appearances by Queen Latifah. How come, I'm just saying this is how it should have went before the Chile crash out, before all that stuff happened with, all the histrionics and politics behind it. I'm just saying the thought that should have went in beforehand, sitting down and crafting out, it's not just enough to just merge these artists together and just throw a tour. It has to be the creative aspects of music first. The money comes second, because you are ministering music to the people. It is a ministry. It is a craft. At the end of the day, it is not just about money. The money will come. The support will come. People want good programming, good show. And so it's your job to think those things through. Another thing, so we have the classic era. How come no Queen Latifah to do UNITY? It's a classic song. UNITY, guest appearance. You have that part, classic. Then you have the intergenerational. That may also still have to be guest appearance too, intergenerationally. And so when you think of some of the artists that reach Gen Z, Gen Alpha that are female, I think it should have been all female. I do think that. But, you have, I think a lot of those pregnant, a lot of these girls are pregnant now, these new artists, because, they have the rappers, but they have But even trying to think, obviously before Crash Out, you know, it would have been a good look for even Onika to do guest appearance on that tour or join the tour. Um, and also, again, this is stuff that should have been taking place before our people had to go and put themselves in positions where reputation wise it wasn't smart. Whether you say they are people or not, maybe that's your business. Who else? Mm, um, Intergenerationally, you know, you have the artist Cardi B. You know, intergenerationally, even if she can't is guest appearance. I mean, we're talking about if you're talking about merging these tours and then how do you put that all together? Well, wherever they have shows, maybe you do it in areas that are strategic. Obviously, probably where these girls are actually from, their hometowns. Like say if Queen Latifah could do a guest appearance. I'm just saying from a music. Right now. I'm literally in a business minded music bag. Like I'm not into all this spiritual stuff that I'm not bringing any judgments on these people. I'm just strictly talking about from the perspective of musical performance and tours and whatnot. You would probably go with where the girls where their hometowns is as far as where you stop, the stops you make, and then strategically place if you have guest appearance, then you want to probably do it where they're at. Queen Latifah's stuff is classic. She went mainstream. She cover girl. She does, you know, she probably don't want to go on tour. But I'm saying you may if even if to boost up, you do a guest appearance. She probably don't want to go on tour with them girls. She like, you know, we don't know the politics behind it, none of that. But a guest appearance, you know, you may have to shell out for that guest appearance. You know, we're talking about the joy and the musicality of what you talk about, nostalgia, the classics, the intergenerations, giving ministry of Black women with soul and voice to their community. You know, and in Vogue, we all know what's it gonna be. Everybody know, you know, it's like these powerful voices. You know, you don't want it to come off like a sympathy tour and Spinderella got beef issues with, and you know, I did not agree with how they treated that girl. I never agreed with that. I don't like when the handlers and people could separate people and have them beefing and fighting, and then you don't support. You know, you act like she ain't never did shit, or I never liked that shit. I never liked that shit ever. Even and when I heard about it even years ago, I said that ain't cool. You don't treat people like that. You know. Now, when it comes to the Chili situation, my thing is, I think I project a lot of my own situation because I do know, I don't believe in cruelty. I think if someone apologizes and asks for forgiveness from their own community, I don't think that it's right to want to blacklist a Black woman and say, oh, you can't make any money and we're going to punish you because of a mistake they made if they apologize and ask for forgiveness. Now, to the extent I mean, what good was it, you know, just to be punished? Like you're going to punish someone eternally for something a mistake they made. That is cruelty. That's not the spirit of melanin. And that's not the spirit of forgiveness. And then to see it's as low key. You can't wait to put a boot in the ass of a Black woman, but they ain't do shit. And they let these niggas make all these millions and they doing the Trump shit too. You know, and supporting Trump shit too, or doing more of a detriment to their community. You know, as far as even the music that they put out, and they still get to make money. But then when it comes to something, some quacky Chili say, "Oh my gosh," you know, they make a moment out of it. But my thing is, she apologized and she asked for forgiveness. Now, the track record is a little weird because I don't see why would I don't see how you pull out your wallet to go and actually donate to that. Why are you following those people? And why did you put that post of Michelle Obama? Now that part is where I keep forgetting more of the context, because I'm thinking of like, oh, she thought that, you know, because this is the same thing with me. Oh, you really thought Trump was going to get rid of child trafficking? You really thought about this moment of getting rid of this corruption, this QAnon stuff? Very powerful psyop. The QAnon stuff is 10-year psyop. So I'm thinking more like that. But then I keep forgetting that the actions is a little bit deeper then ain't nobody pulling out their wallet to donate to the Republican Party. That's that's where it get a little extreme. Or then people, with the thing with the Michelle and that's crazy. You just don't do that. There was no reason to share that post. There's no excuse for that part. And even the video, I wasn't really buying it. But it's not even a but. It's just like, here's how I would handle if I was Michelle Obama. I wouldn't want to see her blacklisted, because I am such a classy bitch. Bitch, I am that bitch. I'm gonna let you rock on your little tour so you could get your little pennies up. That's how much of a classy bitch I am, bitch. If I was Michelle Obama, that's what I would say to her. I mean, like, you sitting up there, you thought you was gonna get a bag with them RNC niggas. You did. You went over there going crashing out, so seeing if you would get a Trump check or whatever, and the shit fell apart, and it's radioactive for black niggas to even be over there. So now you want to crawl back over to our side. Okay. You know what? I'm a classy bitch. I done made history. I'm gonna let you rock as a woman, as a divine feminine. Even though you posting bullshit against the divine feminine, I'm gonna let you motherfucking rock, bitch, and get your money. I'm not gonna let this black community blacklist you. And that's how I would approach it. I would still, because she apologized and asked for forgiveness. Now you saying you Christians. Okay, you better read Romans 14. Okay, it's a Sunday. We hadn't Sunday church today, niggas. But I'm a pastor. I'm an unconventional one. No, real. I'm an ordained minister. I'm unconventional, but Yeshua love me, like Kanye West said. God love me. God love me. And I wake up every day knowing that 100% and fully, regardless of you judgmental people. But here's the thing with the Chili situation. That's a bad look. I ain't gonna hold you. T-Boz got swag for days. I always fuck with T-Boz, and I don't think she should be punished off of the strength of what the knucklehead did. So if there's a way to repurpose things, you may have to. If y'all so hell bent on getting Chili out, which I do think people should. I believe in second chances. I believe in forgiveness, and I believe in a community not blacklisting a black woman, knowing how hard it is in these economic times, knowing that Trump got rid of 500,000 black women. You don't contribute in blacklist a black woman anymore. You're doing the same actions that Trump did, niggas. You can't even see it. The Trump administration get rid of 500,000 black women, and a black woman make a mistake and really thought that he was going to fight child trafficking, like how I did. And then they she makes a mistake. She asks for forgiveness and whatnot from her community. And then they say, oh, you're not making no money. Oh, we're getting rid of you. That's the same thing Trump is doing. So you're doing the same actions that he's doing. Or that administration, rather. It's the same thing. So I think that I do believe in grace. And I do believe, I would want grace extended to me for my mistakes. And I do believe in forgiveness if someone apologizes. Now, if they just a motherfucker that's doubling down and being ignorant and arrogant bitch or whatever, then I could see that, them like, oh yeah, we getting out. But to the point where someone apologizes and asks for forgiveness, you're not going to make it as a community with that type of mindset. It just cruelty to your people. Cause you mighty for, you love to forgive and give grace to that white man or the black man, but you want to do that to the black woman. The only being that ever give a shit about this fucking community. So you don't want to extend grace to a black woman, the last vestige of hope in this fucking community, but you want to put, you mighty, you always forgiving that white man. We got all the videos and footage and evidence of it, of you getting your ass up there. Every time they shot you down, every time they did some shit to you, you was all crying and mingling and hugging on their ass. So I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't. I know what that shit about. It's low-key self-hatred of that black woman. Not Chili. We just talking about the archetype of black women, because I know how the fuck y'all did me and how y'all did me financially. And all my shit is out there. My blueprints. That merge tour idea comes from my channel. Thank you. And I don't need that. I don't need that. But you're welcome. Because I wanted niggas to have money in their pocket, even when I don't agree. They say, love the sinner, hate the sin, or whatever. I don't even think like that. That's not even my type of motive operandi. I just wanted to see niggas that I know got talent, that I know them been fucked over in these deals by this industry and had, okay, merge, it's the economy is rough. Niggas, still like entertainment. Think of the joy and the creativity and the encouragement of your music. Don't try to use this music to put this community back under them spells. It's not gonna work. And I'm telling you now, because Shantaro Koshela Kisi in the 2023, the Most High told me it's we shut off, or herself. We shut off all that shit. We ain't gonna be able to use that Kabbalah magic to manipulate the Black community into self-destruction and the little spells and the mind control shit. That stuff ain't gonna work no more. None of that shit is gonna work anymore. So you gonna do these tours if your intentions is, oh, we gotta put these Black niggas back under these spells, it's not gonna work. You're better off just thinking of them, get your money, but think of the creativity and the music and the joy of what you even got the gift for. Why God even gave you the gift for. 400 times in the Bible it says dancing, singing, praise, and thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a frequency of gratitude, and joy is the gratitude of 432 hertz, what music was calibrated to. So that's all this is, joy. That's why God, I see niggas singing and dancing. You got that gift for a reason. It's Negroes. All that in Vogue, what's it gonna be? All that, nobody sings like the Black woman. Okay? I mean, obviously you got Black men, but they learned the ministries from us, whether they want to admit it or not. They learned that ministry from us. You hear the Clark's Twinkie Clark sisters? The Twinkie, and composing how she teach them a line. There's the angelic science behind music. God is teaching me that. I thank God I got me a little song I'm gonna come out with. But there's an angelic science in music. It's a fact, and it's been desecrated by foreigners that infiltrated our community. And like we say, the music industry told y'all. Joe Budden played a viral clip. He say, they said they don't care about talent. They just care about your consistency. Y'all like the music industry, y'all claim is under Lucifer, right? What angel in the choir of angels will say that talent does not matter when it comes to music? Them people claiming that they are the chosen, but they make a statement like that and say, God don't care about music. Where they say that the talent don't matter. The talent don't matter. We just care about your consistency. That's the craziest shit that you could ever hear of in the music industry. For them to say this is in regards to the music industry. Well, that's how you know that there is no angelic essence. There is no craftsmanship of music, of ministers of music overseeing that industry as of now in 2026. For them to make a statement like that. That's how you know that whatever the entity that they think they conjuring up in them little rituals to sell that music, that's not Lucifer. That's not Yeshua. That ain't, I don't know what the hell that is. Because talent does matter. And the stagnation in what we see now, it's people are tired. People want to see some new things, new genres, new creativity. We're tired of seeing the same black and white checkerboard. We're tired of seeing the same even if you're trying to use that to put a spell over people. Let's just think of this. That is the magic is weak. It's weak because you keep showing the same symbols over and over and over again. That's not even creativity. That's not even craftsmanship. Like, if you're showing the same exact symbols over and over again, then yes, the effect will weaken if people are onto it. Like, that's just common sense. That's just common sense. Like, it's not like it's the same symbols, the same message. BBLs, shaking ass, you gotta be light skinned. The same message. Sex, drug. Like, the people don't want to see that shit no more. So now you got now you got the situation where they want to do the merge tour thing. Fine. But when the industry tell you that the talent don't matter, and they from the music industry, when you got 9 choir of angels when we grew up doing gospel music, and a lot of R&B and neo soul comes from the gospel umbrella. It merged from gospel, blues as well, funk. And you gonna have somebody tell you to your face, and they not from your community. These are not our people that said that. The label said that they don't care about talent. Then what the fuck is you in the music industry for? And what the fuck are you around our community for? Because we talented as niggas. Even on my worst day, I just took a $25 fucking analog recorder and made a song. The shit sound fire. Analog recorder, my voice, just sing it with the analog, and then, you know, make my own beats, produce my own beats on some makeshift shit. And that's just me. But I'm saying niggas is talented around here. So if you're going to say you don't care, then what the fuck are you in the music industry? And why are you overseeing the music industry? And why are you, we don't need to label them. We don't need the label executives. We don't need none of y'all then. What the fuck you around for? You said you don't care about music. Okay, but you claim you a Luciferian. Okay, but Lucifer is the archangel or ministry, seraph over music. One of the choir directors, one of the most powerful choir directors. And then you got 9 choirs of angels. But then you want to come to the Black community, knowing their epigenetics, and tell them that they don't care about music. Do you know what the light codes is when it comes to music that is embedded in the Negro? And that's the shit you say to us? What the fuck you around for? We take it from here. We're creative. Like even that tour that I told him, I was looking at the flyers and the marketing. I'm like, damn, niggas is like, we could have did these flyers look a little, you know, janky. We could have hooked this shit up. Get the guest appearances when it comes to this tour, and it's falling apart because it's coming off like a sympathy tour and a desperation tour for money instead of craft, of musical craft. You got Don Robinson being petty about some 5th member that nobody even knows about as the reason why she wants to back up out of it. And in Vogue, they had 4 girls. They had some other girl, and she said the deals made sense. Whatever they did, she talking about she didn't want the 5th girl because they want to she wants to recreate the moment when, you know, when they were first got on tour, when they first singing, when they first was hugging and kissing the little babies and meeting their fans and doing it. That was 20, 30 years ago, sweetie. We're in 2026. You need to adapt and evolve. And you were living out of a car. Now, I don't know what I don't know what you know behind the scenes, whatever, but them bringing that 5th member on, that's not a big deal. When you think of Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire, they had other members. They had to just bring them on tour with them. Sunrise Orchestra, they had their original members and they had to bring the new stand-ins with them. You actually the most famous one, Don Robinson, because of the group with Raphael Sadiq. Don't nobody know who, like, I mean, we know the other girls, but I'm saying, like, you are the one that I know the most. I don't even know the other, you know? So it's like, why would you, it's like kind of like sabotage. Like, why would you pull out of a situation unless the deal don't make sense, or unless maybe you feel like the 5th member, y'all all get lesser pay? It's something you're not explaining about that, because if you're talking about, well, I just wanted to be the 4 of us when we first came out, nigga, it's 2026. What is you talking about? Like, you can't recreate that moment. You cannot recreate the En Vogue moment from the 90s. You have to evolve and adapt it to what is in 2026. And that 5th member, nobody is going to care about that. Now, unless it's affecting y'all bag, then you need to say that. But that viral video that you just made talking about why you pulling out of En Vogue and why you don't want to be back with the group because of some 5th member that don't nobody even know about, and people really will be coming to see your ass and the 3 original members. But you had a little stint with Raphael Sadiq. I wanna dance tonight, share my money, spend my money. So what the, like, people off the strength of that alone. So you pull out because of that, if the deals make sense. And you know I'm against all that shit, but I'm just saying, like I'm not trying to enable, but we all love music and we grew up with these artists, and we know, you know, we want them to be able to live off of their gifts, but we're not going to do it at the expense of where you feel we obligated to support some half-ass shit. We're not obligated to support something that's not put together well. You need somebody to get in there to put this shit together better. Told you to do the guest appearance, try to get Queen Latifah a guest appearance on there. But the thing is, the whole shit is messed up because Chili's motherfucking ass. But if you're going to get rid of her, which, again, she apologized, you know, she asked for forgiveness, but say the community say, okay, no. Okay, don't the T-Boz, and merge T-Boz with salt and pepper, and have the DJ Spinderella blend salt and pepper's music, and then it transitions into TLC songs, and they can just all rock out together. That's how you do that. Don't fuck up T-Boz bag because of chili. Y'all love fucking with black women's bag. Y'all ain't say shit about them fucking niggas that was over or the rest of the black men that was doing this pushing the Trump shit. You know, y'all still giving them y'all monies and pennies. Like, we got it like that. We need to be building some, getting some motherfucking land around here. We had the Nakhti order, Nakhti University, all types of shit. We had puberty schools trying to set up programs where we can get niggas that go do trades, and we can help them with child care and transportation and all this stuff. This is shit I'm building all on my own, 100% on my own. Would I like to play the equity game with niggas, which I've been trying to do since 2015? Like, I have to own 100% of it. Yeah. No, I don't have to. I'm bad at marketing. I don't have the best delivery. Yes, niggas that could deliver shit better, message better than me, have more influence than me. Yeah, we would love the black man would get, okay, you did 20% of my shit, and we would push this shit together, and the marketing makes sense, and the logistics makes sense, the business makes sense, equity-wise. Yeah, we know about vesting schedules and common shares and outstanding shares, all that. I've been knew about that shit since I was 14. I went to them niggas in 2015 with these ideas. Was ignored because they was paid by you know who to not support me. And that's a fact. All the pro-black niggas I went to asked, okay, let's do this. It's an investment. And when you do an investment, yeah, you got to deliver. Yeah, you have board members. You have quarterly meetings for your board members and your stakeholders. Yeah, I know about all that shit. Been studying all that, what happened with the Winklevoss brothers, Warren Buffett, the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger. Been studying all them niggas. What happened to James Chandler? Even when Steve Jobs got ousted out of Apple and had to go to Pixar because of the board member, you playing it. That's a hot, cold game. When they want to steal a company right from up under your ass, your creation, your invention, they can do it if you don't own. You can't just own 1 motherfucking %. You gotta think this shit through. You gotta own your deals. You gotta make your own shit. Nothing wrong with doing fair business. Trade and commerce is one of the laws of the universe. Trade and commerce is what, but when you do exploitative shit, slave contracts, occult shit, that don't need to be, the occult stuff don't need to be in that stuff. And that's why I avoided it. But it wasn't because I don't know, I looked for niggas to build with. They didn't want to build with me. I'm still doing it on my own. I'm not letting it be an excuse. Yeah, I'm slowed down with capital, but I still do my thing. I do it the best I can. The best I can based on where my soul is at and my ebb and flow. Right now, I'm doing a little music for therapy. Yeah, I'm doing music for therapy. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. But we got some, look, we look, just because you think I'm slowed down on me, don't let it fool you. I work under the power and authority of the Most High. Not man. Not this matrix. I'm not controlled opposition for nobody. I'm not in this situation. Wanted to work with my people, and they say, hey, you don't know, I got a better plan than you doing this with Nakhti University. You know, we could do something. Yeah. But you're not about to sell me out to some these people that's not even our community, that don't give a fuck about me, so they could steal some shit from me like they've been stealing, like they've been stole $1 trillion fucking invention from me. Like, we got ideas. They not online no more. They written in code in a book. Inventions, all types of stuff. Yeah, we have a department for innovation at Nakhti Order. We could put our minds together and do something together. But when you blacklist a chieftain, when you work it, this is the thing. These niggas is jealous hearted. This is what this shit is about. And I don't care. The evidence is there. They peeped it. Even the elites y'all run to that y'all so scared of, realize, yeah, they on some weirdo shit. Like, it's weird. It is weird. You want to take money out of everybody's bag that don't agree with you. You want to, especially if it's a black woman. Y'all not about this. It's about some, well, we don't hold black men to the same standard as black women. You should. I do. I've never stopped holding black men to a high standard. They said, well, we don't expect nothing out of them. That's why we being hard on y'all. Get the fuck out of here. That's game. That shit don't work on me. In fact, it runs me away even further from the community. Because y'all know we are broken people trying to heal, and you gonna sit up there and you can't wait to be nasty and self-hating to the black woman. But then your excuse is because we don't expect nothing out of black men. Get the fuck out of here. Which says who? Because my example of a proper black man is Thomas Sankara, fuckers, and Malcolm X. So I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. You better stand. I believe in having. Was Thomas Sankara was soft, was about the divine feminine, but wasn't he not a military strategist? Was he not born into royalty? Was he not a military scientist? Was he not the president? But did he not? Wasn't he always sticking up for that black woman? Okay, that's my motherfucking example right there. That's the caliber of what I expect. That is the one that's the 125D being that it got the God gene in him that we created when we first created the black man. That's what we created your ass to be. That's what the fuck we expect. That's what we created you to be. That's the example. Obviously, not everybody gonna be Thomas Sankara, but I'm saying the level of integrity, the level of love, the spirit of melanin, the integrity, the standing up, the warriorship, the softness, to the nature, in tune with nature, looking out for your people, caring about your people. That's what the idea was when the primordial mother created the black man. Not all this selling out, beating up inside the head, all this bullshit. Every time we try to do so, you run your ass over. No. Hell no. And so, look. I know I could come off harsh. I have a pure heart. That don't mean perfection. That don't mean sinless, but I have a pure heart. Pure heart and righteousness is not the same thing. I'm under the new law anyways, and primordial laws, which predates anything on this planet. Okay. We okay. And it's spirit of melanin. The spirit of melanin don't have to do with the skin color, by the way. It's the spirit of melanin that has been found in the Negro, that was given to the Negro. And so when we see y'all cruel to each other, your cruelty towards me, the cruelty towards people, even when they admit to making a mistake and apologize and ask for forgiveness, and you doing this to black women, but y'all couldn't wait to get y'all donate. You got all these fucking grifters in your community, motherfuckers. Jay Morrison, 12 million ain't got shit to show for it. And the community ain't got shit to show for it. Y'all was supposed to get land and whatnot. You're supposed to get this, you're supposed to get that. You ain't do shit. You didn't realize the person was put out and from you got handlers. It wasn't organic. And so, self-hatred is, there's consequences to this shit. I just want you guys to know that. There's consequences. It's input, output. When you talk about the situations of what, the true definition of what karma is not what they tell you. Oh, I'm happy that someone is getting a comeuppance. I'm happy to see someone getting a punishment. No, that's not what karma is. It is a very objective scientific law. You reap what you sow. This is not even a religious concept. This is a very empirical, evidential concept. You reap what you sow. How do we know that? Did you not take some seeds and go outside and plant them? From the beginning of the time, when we think about the agricultural agrarian era, you take seeds, you go and harvest them, you look out, you water it, you go plant it, you go look, make sure that it's, in a good area, you make sure you get rid of the weeds, you make sure you get rid of the pests, and then you look out for them, and you get a harvest. You reap what you sow. And people think that's automatically put it biblical. Think of the agrarian culture of the primal Hebrews. It's a very, very basic concept. You reap what you sow. Input, output. Don't rig your systems, though, because then that's when the primordials got to come down here and crash your fucking shit to smithereens. When you want to rig the computational algorithm of nature, and nature takes its toll anyways. It's payment. And so that is what the actual definition of karma is. Now, somebody say, I don't believe in it. I don't care about it. Well, your ass come back here. You will learn those lessons, because it's input, output. It's objective. It's not, you're gonna learn your punishment. It's not even that. It's just like, will you evolve your consciousness enough through the tweaking process of a living organism? Just common sense. Well, you didn't like that feeling. You didn't like when somebody did it to you. Will you continue to do it to others? Or will you become a psychopath? You didn't like when that happened to you. Would you do it to others? Are you going to be a narcissist? You're going to be a sociopath. You're going to learn from something. What is the value, the productive value of learning to not do this behavior, engage in this behavior, because of the feedback that it has on me, the mirror effect that it has on me? Not because, that's that karma. Because if that's the case, why is these pedophiles running around? Why is a pedophile and a president? And it's karma. So it's not that basic. And people could say they don't believe in an input-output theory, but the original law of karma was cause and effect, output, input. This concept of you reap when you sow, you reap what you sow. Yeah, it sounds like on a human level, it can sound very judgmental, but when you think about it from an agrarian sense and just what you need to grow your food in farming, it's a very nature-based concept. It is not a religious concept. Just think about it. And so that's what I wanted to say in relation to that. When we talk about karma, the real definition, even in the Hindu context, is cause and effect. But you take it outside of just make it scientific. It's input, output. And if you make it even nature-based, it's you reap what you sow. When you go out and you harvest and you go and you garden and you go and you grow, you got to grow your own food and shit. And so that's also that concept too. And it's not a judgment value laden thing. The person may not care about it and say, well, I'm just going to refuse to learn. I don't care. And then through the cycles of rectification of the purifying of a soul, especially if you are a Hebrew, you will go through a rectification period. It can take hundreds of years. You do feel the effects of it. If you're smart enough, you can learn in this lifetime. I have had to have that. I kicked somebody when they was down. And then somebody kicked me when I was down. And I said, well, damn, I don't like that. How about I just don't do that anymore? Now, if I make a mistake, oh shit, God gives grace. But you learn, it's certain lessons I vividly remember. Oh, when I was 15, I used to have a gossip about somebody. And it backfired. Oh, when I'm 15, okay, this shit. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should be a better friend. Maybe I shouldn't tell somebody's business because I didn't like when somebody did it to me. If you're smart enough, you can learn in this lifetime. But if you develop sociopathic, psychopathic, narcissist tendencies, you miss those moments. I'll give you another story, and I'm about to head off of here. I'm going to try to get this done in 10 minutes. When I was a kid, 13, and before that, when I would explain videos or explain concepts or explain something, I was the most dramatic. I wasn't lying though, but it was the most dramatic stuff. It got to the point like when I would go to the black communities, we were all kids, and I would explain to them, say like, "Hey guys, did you see the new?" I'm not going to even tell you the name of the video because you guys will go and watch it and be like, really? Like you got all that from that? Like, dude, you mad different. That's what the black people used to say to me when growing up. I'll never forget it was a rap song that had came out and it was a video. I thought the video was so dope. So I went and I said, "Hey guys, did you see the new video?" And they say, "No, tell us about it." What was I said? Oh, so I went into a trance. When I say I stopped doing this behavior, but I'm telling you, people used to crack up. When they first did, when I first used to do it, they'd be like, "Damn." But then after a while, it was just like, dude, it ain't all that. After a while, I was just like, I can't even. They would listen to me for entertainment at that point. But I'll never forget. I'm describing a video. I'm saying, "Oh my gosh, it opens up, and there's a wall. It reminds you of the Great Wall of China. It's just immaculate." And then the girls start dancing. They come out, they gyrate in the muck. It reminds you of Africa. Oh my gosh. And the outfits was just, oh. And I'm literally like a 13-year-old describing this video like this. No lie. I remember all the black girls in my family, it was about 7 of us. They just listening. They just sitting around in a circle listening to me carry on. And they was like, "What?" And at that time, Sean Paul, the Sean Paul's video with the girls, that was the litmus test for good dancing. Give me the light. Oh, was it like that? All the people was like, "Well, was it dancing on that level?" And I would be like, "Oh, it was better. Oh, it was better." And it just really dramatic, like everything dramatic. I said the walls. Oh, it reminds you of the Great Wall of China. Oh, you wouldn't believe they had drummers. They had live instrumentation, a saxophone. Oh, it remind you of Stevie Wonder. Oh, it was just, and then they go and see the video, and they would just, and I'm telling you, everybody would just stop and look at me like, what you explained, that is not what that girl. And I said, you see the wall? And it was like, okay, everything you said is in this video, but you over embellished everything, nigga. Like, it's a brick wall in the hood. How did you get Great Wall of China from a brick wall in the projects? It's girls dancing and gyrating. Why did you tell us that this shit remind us of Africa? It's a green screen, nigga. Like, I'm telling you, they would just bust out laughing. They were like, yo, this girl is what was you seeing in your head? Like, what was you thinking? Like, what was in your head when you and everybody would literally like start asking me questions like, you told us, yeah, we see a wall. It ain't no Great Wall of China, just like some nigga shit. It's a project building, dude. It's a brick wall. What is you doing? And then they see the girls dancing, but it'll be like, I'm telling you, for years they wouldn't let me lay this down. And I'm thinking like, well, in my mind, I really liked it. And it was just like, it's okay. It's all right. It's good. But you had us hyped. You had us so hyped over this dude new song. Like, I'm not going to tell y'all the artist. Like, y'all going to be looking like, or the song, because y'all going to run and be like, really, Jenny? But like, I was really going in. Like, I was standing up. They were all in a circle. I'm standing up and I'm doing hand movements. Oh, they gyrating. Oh my goodness. Oh, and people would be like, and so the first time they was just like, that's weird. But I mean, if that's what you saw in your head and that's what you took from it, nigga, whatever. So then it happened again. I explained something. It kept happening. I'll never forget. And I'm telling you, how the reputation. You can ask from my childhood friends. Like, even they're like, dude, you be hyping up shit. You will hype up. I will hype. Oh, girl, you need to get that. Oh, you need to get that little, be a facial scrub or something. Oh, world renowned. Oh, they're using such an Inchi, girl. Oh my gosh. Oh, the cream, the layers of silk on the skin. Oh, your skin is gonna feel like silky pearls. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, really? Are you sure? Oh yeah, you need to get that, girl. She go and buy it. I mean, it was okay. It ain't feel like no silk. You said world renowned. I would never forget. My friends started busting out, cracking up like, nigga, you said you used the term world renowned. And I'm like, well, that was, I like it. And so I had to think and recalibrate. I had to literally recalibrate my mind. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I embellishing? Now, it did have Sancha Inchi in it. It did have some green tea. Green tea in my mind is world renowned. Everybody know what green tea is. It did have, some little sugar scrubs and shit. But it wasn't all like that. It's just a damn facial cream. It works pretty good. It keeps away the pimples. I like it. It's a good price. I like the chemical. I like the ingredients. There were no chemicals in it. There's no parabens in it. I could have just used that to describe it that way. When I was a kid, I mean, it was really bad. Like, people at that, I would never forget my friend. Like, I already know you being dramatic about it, but I think it's funny as hell when you do this. So just, just do you. But I had to really recalibrate and stop doing that shit. I'm telling you. It got to the point where people would be like, oh gosh, here she comes, about to tell us. And then I don't know if you guys remember the 702 video. Where my girls at from the front to back. Is you feeling that? Put one. So I now this was ridiculous. I said, hey ladies, y'all want to, to my sister, I said, y'all want to learn the dance to 702? You want to learn the dance to 702 dance song? Yeah, I want to learn it. We get up, showing them the dance, from that I saw in the video. That photographic memory, but I forgot some of the moves, so it's not totally photographic. So I would give them some of the moves literally from the video and then just add shit to it. And the stuff I would add to it was crazy. Like, it would be to the, like, I would never forget. Like, you know how to, where my girls, hey, 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 why don't you try to sit? So I'm literally like, I said, yeah. So we doing the correct dance in the beginning. So then I said, well, I forgot the rest. So I'm just making up this shit on my own. Hey, 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 don't you try. And then I'm literally taking my hand and say, ladies, now act like you smacking, act like you smacking the other girl. Hey, don't you try to, and then slap them. And then that's in the video. Yeah, that's in the, so that I never give them. I tell them, me doing the dance. I said, this is the dance. Now, I wasn't like, actually, I didn't say it was in the video. I didn't lie. I just said, this is, I said something where it was like, technically it's not a lie, but it's not in the video, but it's the dance. I said, well, this is the dance that I want to teach you. It's not a lie. It's the dance that I want to teach you. And, you know, it was just like that. This is the dance that I want to teach you. So I'll never forget. I said, well, you got to get on your knees and I'm going to take my leg up and I'm going to act like I'm kicking you. Hey, 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 don't you try to, and then you fall, act like you falling back and you roll, and then you roll over, then you get back up, and then you act like you slapping me. And they literally like, this the 702 dance. This is the dance that I want to teach you, because I forgot the rest of it. And so we actually go and sit and watch the video, and I never forget, my sister was looking like she about to slap the hell out. That was not in the video. And I said, well, that one part. And then I forgot. So I got to teach you what the rest of the dance was. What I thought in my head. And she just busted out cracking up like, nigga, you had us all on the floor, rolling around, kicking up in the air, acting like we slapping each other. Because, you know, the song is a little so it's a little feisty. So where my girls at from the front to back, is you're feeling that, put one and can repeat that. And we running around in a circle, our hands up in the air from the front. I'm just making up shit. And they're just like, yo, you was real dramatic. Like, you could have just taught us something real simple. You had us rolling all on the floor. You had us kicking up our legs. Like, and then I started getting a bad reputation for that. It would be funny to Black people, but at the same time, it's like, you be hyping up shit. Now you embellish shit too much. I can't even go off of your review or your endorsement or your, you know, just doing the most. So then the same thing happened with the Aaliyah video. And I'll never forget this. It was about 5 of my family members. They were my cousins, my sister. We had some foster care kids. And then my older cousin, Lil Rhonda. The Aaliyah video, more than a woman, maybe more than enough for you. What that song was, more than a woman. It was she had just passed, and it was Rock the Boat, and then that song that came out afterwards. Remember that dance that they were doing? So I had watched that video and learned the dance, some of it, and then forgot the rest. You know, so I said, hey guys, you guys want to learn a dance to the Aaliyah song? So I remember I would always say, because I forgot a lot of it, so I can only teach them maybe probably the first lyrics of it, and then I'm gonna just make up the rest of the shit as I go. That was literally I already knew that was going to happen, so I said, I didn't say this is the dance in the Aaliyah video, dance for dance. I said, do you guys want to learn a dance to the Aaliyah song, More Than a Woman? They all get up and say, hell yeah. I mean, they didn't even see the video yet. I'm like, yeah, this, you know, because I'm not gonna hold you. I was a person that would have photographic memory, and so I would have an uncanny ability to learn a dance very quickly just from seeing the video one time. But then I would forget some of the moves. So it wasn't like it was just totally some of the moves was literally from the video for the most part. But then if I forgot something, then I'd just be like, shit, do this, y'all, do this, ladies. And then we would just go off and I would just improv. And so we learning the damn, teaching them the moves. And it was really, we're doing really good. Even to this day, I could remember what she was doing, Aaliyah was doing in that video. Literally. Like if that video came on right now, you say, get up and do that dance. I could probably do that literally just from my memory right now. And I haven't even seen that video in like 20 years. So, excuse me. And so when the song first came out, I did forget some of the moves because I'm teaching them. And then I just go off and, hey, ladies, do this. Put your hand out like this and push it back, you know, get on your toes like a ballerina, and more than a woman. I'm teaching them all types of crazy shit, and then mixing it with the stuff from the original video. So I'm like, see, guys, you guys learned it, and they really happy, So then, 106 in Park come on. When our niggas gonna go, we go and watch it. We used to watch 106 in Park every day. Yeah, you could judge us, whatever, but that was just our thing. We used to watch it every day. It comes on. We all sit to go watch the Aaliyah video, More Than a Woman, and I remember they just busted out laughing. Like, they was like, okay, well, remember these parts. And I would never forget, my cousin said, I don't know what, I don't know what the fuck you was teaching us, dude. It's some of the, I remember some of that stuff, but you was adding shit in there. You just added a bunch of shit in there. And they just started busting out laughing because I would have them doing, the Egyptian move. That the thing they do with the Egyptian move. I would have niggas doing that with their hands. You doing it, and then you gotta bust out with the Egyptian. You gotta bank head bounce with it. Give me the bank head. Show me how you do that bank head bounce, niggas. And they would be doing it. And so then the video come on and they ain't even in the video. And they said, well, where'd you get the bank head bounce, nigga? I said, I forgot what that part was, so I just added in it. I just had to improvise. And they just would be cracking up. They were like, yo, I had a reputation for just over embellishing. It wasn't even a lie. It would just be like, oh, man, did you see the girls? Oh my gosh, did you see the new? I'll never forget, even with it was the Destiny's Child Say My Name. Oh, did you see it? Oh, it was going in slow. The walls were moving. Oh, and the sun kiss, the orange scene, it reminds you of the sun kiss. It was going to remind you of the sun. Then the girls, they're doing the pause. The blue scene reminds you of the blue ocean waves. And oh my gosh. And they're doing the pause. And that walls are moving, guys, just like the Wall of China. Just like, just imagine if you were going to the art museum at the Art Bright Knox and you just seen it. And they would go and watch it and be like, nigga, no, like, it's just a blue wall. And it remind me of the ocean. I see the orange part. It didn't remind me of no sun-kissed sun, nigga. No. Where did you getting this stuff from? What did you seeing in your head? The red scene going to remind you of the fire-breathing dragon from Japan and all of that. It was bad. It was bad. Like, it was to the point where niggas would just listen to the review just for entertainment. They weren't listening to it to actually, like, because they like, we already know that you being dramatic as fuck. You being dramatic as fuck. And when I watch this shit, ain't gonna be none of that shit you saying there. I'm gonna learn to dance from you because I think it's fun. But I know that you're gonna add some shit in there. You got us all on the floor. Even the Genuine, when I see you with your friends, I had them all in that little pyramid standing all up on each other. And if I forgot something, shit, when I see, we just gonna add something in there, shit. We gonna do the Egyptian part. Damn. Do it spread ego. And that spread ego wasn't in the damn video, Jenny. What is you do? What is you teaching us? Like, but I had to stop doing that shit. I stopped doing that shit probably at around 14 years old because it just wasn't a good look. Like, it's not good to have a reputation when you come around your community, you telling them some embellished shit, and they think it's funny, they laughing, but then they can't even take you serious because it's like, but that rap song, that was the worst one. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even know what I was thinking. When I look at that video now, excuse me, and then I was like, oh yes, and he had his father in there. The patriarch, the father, and it just reminds you of Alabama and the Southern culture. Oh, it reminds you of New Orleans too. The girls gyrate. They had to dress like Harlem Nights, and I would never forget saying stuff like that. I remember I said the father, woo! And then and I remember they was just like, really? And I said, yep, the dancing, the gyrating, it's gonna remind you of Africa. I literally clear as day remember that. And then we go and watch the video. Like, oh, we gotta watch that. Oh, we can't. We go watch that. Them niggas busted out laughing and was staring at me like I had lost my mind. Excuse me. They was like, are you like? Yeah, they gyrating, but it's just some. Is they we've been seeing that. I mean, niggas, we do that. They just gyrate. I mean, they twerking. You said it's the father. I mean, was he a former crackhead? I mean, nigga. I mean, I don't know about all of that. You said New Orleans. And don't, it's all right. And don't remind me of that. You mentioned Harlem Nights. I could see how the hairstyles look like that. I mean, you was really embellishing, my nigga. Like it's never that deep. It's never that deep. And so I had that reputation. I say that to say is that when we come to paying attention to them little micro lessons that we learning even in a lifetime, we want to take heed to that and make those adjustments just on a personal level. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a little embellishment, but that was ridiculous as a kid. It was really bad. It was to the point, even if it was a product or something that someone, I mean, the way it would be described, I mean, niggas would empty their wallets, but then they'll get it and be like, this ain't what you said, So I'm like, well, look, all I say is, look, I start being more realistic. It has this ingredient in there. It has that ingredient in there. I thought it was, I didn't like, it didn't have no sodium lauryl sulfate in it. So I like it because I don't have sodium lauryl sulfate. It suds is nicest still, it has a shea butter in there, but it's not too greasy. It's not too oily, still, I had to describe things differently and more realistic. It's good to be creative. I'm a creative ass nigga, but damn. I mean, don't. I wish I had my 6th grade journal, my little, maybe have creative writing stories. Oh my gosh, great. Oh, you weren't gonna beat me in no creative. Oh, dragons, motherfucking 50-foot, motherfucking 50 feet plants, 100-foot spider, like all types of. Oh man, it was getting busy, chasing your ass through the. Ooh. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a time and a place for all of that. But we making those incremental changes so that we don't have to have these crash outs and experience the dark night of the soul where we can't face the shadow self and then have something mirror reflected back to you and you in denial of something and you develop psychopathic and what's it called sociopathic tendencies because of trauma and all those things. These are what this vector space and with taxonomy and duality is showing us, to understand these myriad of frequencies that we wouldn't be able to get in bliss consciousness once we get back up to 125 D niggas. Okay, so I'm out here. I'm off here. Y'all be easy. Bye. Love you.